Part 51. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 501. Although the number of tens of millions of orcs is large, but in general, there are troops from all over the world, but it's not a big deal. The most important thing now is, the dozens of king-level orcs, and the 4-star king-level orc commander. Fang Fan frowned slightly. The problem at hand is the most important. If it is not handled properly, the situation will still collapse completely. If the high-end combat power cannot be suppressed, the beast tide will still completely sweep the entire China. This is the consensus. Fang Fan narrowed his eyes. In the entire Chinese realm, he was the only one with king-level combat power, that's it? Think of a way from yourself. I now have 2 1-star king-level legions under my command, the 4-winged War Angel Legion and the Barbarian Legion. The strength of the 1-star king-level legion is also conditional. In the face of the 4-star king-level orc commander, it is still a little short. If you want to be promoted to a 1-star king-level legion, you need hundreds of billions of ordinary promotion cards to start. Converting to 1,000 king-level promotion cards, there are really not that many. Fang Fan breathed a sigh of relief, feeling his scalp tingling. And how to find a way from a few pets. 1-star king-level Little Golden Dragon, 2-star king-level Kunpeng, and 2 9-star battle pets, Dark Knight Kylan and Hell 3-headed dog. Although they are very noble in blood, but the time is too tight, and it is difficult to directly promote in a short time. Fang Fan's head suddenly became big, and many methods did not need to be tried at all. Because the probability of success is 0. And then it's all about unlocking the combat power of the 5 1-star king-level heroes. These guys have unlimited potential, but due to my realm, they can't be 3 levels higher than me. In this way, the situation gradually became clear. Fang Fan raised his eyebrows, thinking to himself. Now only by improving my realm, can the high-end combat power of my subordinates be fully improved. Fang Fan took a deep breath. This was obviously not an easy task. I still have a few Universal Experience cards, a few Deep Sea Lord cards, and the Deep Sea Lord Bloodline card. The previous time I fused the Deep Sea Overlord's Bloodline card, which improved my strength. But there is also a certain risk. But at this time, I don't care about any risks. As long as the strength can be promoted, it doesn't matter. Fang Fan snorted, and the thoughts in his mind gradually became clear. Kylan, come with me. Galen, you take a few people to guard outside the door. Mikhail, lead the 4-winged War Angel army to patrol around the city. If you encounter orcs attacking the city, resist with all your strength. Fang Fan made some arrangements, and then dragged Kylan, who was bewildered, into the room. Dear, what are you doing? The goddess of war Kylan looked at Fang Fan with amazement. The orc army is about to attack the city. Are you running into the house and staring at it? Get on the bed. Don't worry about anything. When it's time to cooperate with me, cooperate with me. Fang Fan glanced at Kylan and said righteously. You wouldn't want to. Aya, darling, it's daytime. And the orcs are about to attack the city, that's not good. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 502. Kaylin said this, her body was very honest, and she walked to the bed with a look of anticipation. Fang Fan pouted, women are big hooves. Use the Universal EXP card. Fang Fan secretly said with anticipation, if he could directly use the Universal Experience card to advance, he wouldn't have to suffer those hardships. Ding. Use a Universal Experience card to gain 500 experience. Continue to use. Ding. Use a Universal Experience card to gain 300 experience. Continue. Ding. Use a universal experience card to gain 100 experience. Continue. Ding. Gain 50 experience. As more and more universal experience cards are used, the effect is getting worse and worse. Fang Fan's brows suddenly began to wrinkle. This is indeed a very crucial question. After all the all-purpose experience cards in his hand are used up, Fang Fan is still an 8-star awakened person, and there is nothing he can do. Hey, it seems that I think too much. This universal experience card can indeed increase the experience required for upgrading, but obviously, its own resistance is also very strong. The more universal experience cards you use, the worse the effect will be. It seems that we can only resort to risky tactics. Fang Fan took a deep breath. There was no way out. Fusion of the Deep Sea Lord Bloodline card. Fang Fan took out a Deep Sea Lord Bloodline card, secretly said, and his whole body was gradually filled with a sense of restlessness. Hiss. That's the feeling, it's just that this feeling is not as strong as before. Fang Fan pouted to himself, a little dissatisfied. However, the feeling of heat in his body was real. Fang Fan glanced at Kylan, who was staring at Fang Fan with a pair of big eyes on the bed, and rushed over directly. 10 minutes later. Dear, why are you not as strong as before? Kylan pouted, looking rather strange. Fang Fan's mouth twitched. The Deep Sea Lord's Bloodline card is indeed a lot worse. Before using the Deep Sea Overlord Bloodline card, it could last for several hours. Cough, continue. Fang Fan continued to use a Deep Sea Lord Bloodline card. Although the effect was limited, Fang Fan could also feel the improvement in his strength. After 5 minutes, Kylan stared at Fang Fan with a strange expression. You don't have a problem, do you? Dear, I won't discriminate against you, let's go to a doctor, shall we? I know it can be cured. Kylan pursed her lips and said very sincerely. Fang Fan's mouth twitched. How can you endure this? Clearly discriminating. Fang Fan took a deep breath and silently took out a Deep Sea Overlord Bloodline card, and another 1-star King level Beast Soul card. There is no doubt about the efficacy of the Deep Sea Overlord Bloodline card. Fang Fan was an 8-star awakened who was promoted by it before. Although it was quite tortuous, it was still a breakthrough. As for this Star King level Beast Soul card. 1-star King level Beast Soul card, the soul of a 1-star King level orc is sealed inside, which can be strengthened through refining. It is also a way to enhance one's physique and strength. Maid was actually despised by a woman. I can't bear it. Use heavy medicine. Use the 1-star King level Beast Soul card and the Deep Sea Overlord Bloodline card at the same time. Fang Fan took a deep breath, his eyes flashing with madness. It should come, it will come. There is not much time left for him. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 503. Ding. Successfully used the 1-star King level Beast Soul card and the Deep Sea Overlord Bloodline card. Ding. It's being fully integrated. Ding. The Beast Soul card and the Deep Sea Overlord Bloodline card are in conflict, mutating. Ow. Ow oh. Fang Fan's eyes instantly turned blood red, and the whole body was gradually filled with blood. My cao, the effect of the medicine is too strong. Fang Fan only felt a burst of heat all over his body, as if he had been exiled to the top of an erupting volcano. I want to vent. Fang Fan took a deep breath, and his bloody eyes couldn't help but glance at Kylan lying on the bed. Darling, what's wrong with you? Are you okay? You are, well, so scary. What? Kylan was hugged tightly by Fang Fan, the previous Deep Sea Lord Bloodline card was too ineffective, not only could not play a supporting role, but even stimulated Fang Fan to decline. And now this 1-star King level Beast Soul card and the Deep Sea Overlord Bloodline card are fully integrated. To a certain extent, it has fully erupted. The voice of grief is enduring. An hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. Garen, who was standing outside the door, felt that his ears were getting calluses. My lord, that's awesome. Galen took a deep breath and thought to himself. Rumbling. One after another loud noises came, and Galen looked towards the gate of Baidu City, with a worried look on his face. The attack of the orcs has begun. With our strength, we can't resist the attack of tens of millions of orcs. Hey, but an hour more than originally expected, an hour has been reserved. Lord, here, I haven't solved it yet, I really don't know what to do. Galen opened his mouth with a helpless look on his face. It's hot on the outside, and it's hot on the inside. Galen felt like his head was getting bigger. North Capital City, North Gate. Bai Biao was pushed to the front row tremblingly. Fang Fan's 5 10-star legions and 2 1-star king-level legions are all lining up to meet the enemy. It's just that the Upper Demon Lord Legion is missing, and the Upper Demon Lord Legion was sent by Fang Fan to do business. In addition, all the 5 heroes except Galen were present. Galen is still guarding Fang Fan as a secret whistle. In addition, there are more than 1,000 9-star demonized beast legions, 10,000 6-star demonized beast legions, 100,000 ordinary demonized beast legions, and millions of survivor legions and ordinary demon legions from various surrounding cities. Beast Legion. Time is running out, so we can only dispatch so much for the time being. It seems that the number is not much, compared to the thousands of orcs, it can be regarded as a certain number of comparisons. But the difference in combat power between them is not a star and a half. In terms of high-end combat power, they have nearly 50 king-level orc commanders, 20 more than the previous 30 king-level orc commanders. What's more, the 4-star king-level orc commander should lead the entire army. As for the basic combat power, the millions of demonized beast armies and survivor armies gathered in the northern capital are mostly 3-star, 4-star, or even lower grades. And these orcs, many of them are 5-star, 6-star level. The number of 8-star, 9-star, and 10-star orcs is not a small number. No matter what angle you look at, the difference is huge. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 504. If the battle continues like this, one can imagine how the situation will evolve. At this time, Fang Fan has not yet been in place, and now he can only let the divine envoy Bai Biao go into battle. Who made him rough and thick? The Lord said, "You rush in front, your blood is thick, you can't die, just take more time." Wei Jiaran is a big kid and said to Bai Biao seriously, "No. I won't do it. Isn't this just pushing me to death? I'm not that stupid." Bai Biao has always been a sneaky guy. When this happens, it is too late to hide, and it is even more impossible to move up. The Lord also said that if one of us king-level combat power dies, he will burn all the divine jade to accompany us. Wei Jie raised his head and said in a deep voice, "My Cao. Can you be any more shameless? Threat me with this. Playing so dirty." Bai Biao directly rolled his eyes. Secretly cursed. Heart ashes. Do not want to enter the upper realm in this life? Especially, who believe it? Bai Biao waited back and forth for a long time, and suddenly felt that, others might not say that, but with Fang Fan's character, it's not necessarily so. If this guy really can't think of it, wouldn't he be staying here for the rest of his life? Go labor. Can't the labor and capital go? I'll be killed by you sooner or later. I don't know what the lord of your family is doing now. Mad, I said it earlier, I can't hold it. I have to hold on here. This is so special, it's alright now, throw the blame and let me fight. Bai Biao scolded, but still didn't dare to delay the business, and walked forward silently. The orcs over there, what are you talking about? Okay. Let's temporarily truce for a few hours and wait for the main lord to come and fight again, okay. I just caught the top bag temporarily, and it's useless to hit me. Bai Biao is still chattering, thinking about discussing with others. Human race. Go to hell. The orc commander was already full of anger, and he came here to vent. Seeing Bai Biao at this moment, let's take care of him. Just waved his hand, and the two king-level orcs rushed over. Bai Biao can only dodge everywhere. Although he can't beat these king-level orcs, it is clear that it is not so easy for these king-level orcs to hurt him. He is bloody and has no capital, so he really can't hurt. Damn. Go together. Block him. Chester frowned, snorted secretly, and sent out 7 or 8 king-level orcs again. The anti-quake brought out a lot of king-level orcs with one expedition, and sent out 2 more. Actually, it is not a big deal. Originally, when dealing with 2 king-level orcs, Bai Biao could still sway around, and could barely cope. Now that there are 7 or 8 orcs suddenly added, Bai Biao panics instantly. Can this be so frustrating? Although he can't die, the feeling of being beaten is also very uncomfortable. After all, he is also a generation of divine envoys, and now he is going back more and more. Bai Biao wiped her tears secretly. Ever since he fought with Fang Fan, that little bastard, his fate seemed to be doomed. It has always been a moving target. Ow. Come on. Be merry. Go on. It's so comfortable to play. What can you do to me? Ha ha ha. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 505. Just this bit of strength, just enough to scratch the itch. You orcs, are you all so trash? You're too embarrassed to show it off in front of me with this little power. Hee hee, arrogant. I'm standing here and calling you, all in vain. Can you bring some masters? Don't make a pile of trash. Cao, really come. Bai Biao is now a target for madly fleeing. More than a dozen king-level orcs chased and beat him. Weeping all over the place, but not daring to run back. He is not stupid. If he goes back now, the army of orcs will definitely attack the city, and then the entire human race in the northern capital will be destroyed. Before Fang Fan came out, he could only choose to be patient. Bastard. A bunch of trash. You can't even handle a human race. Go back to me. Chester groaned, a look of fury on his face. Their great orc clan was actually played by a human being. This human seems to be a 1-star king-level combat power. But why is the defense so strong? Speaking of which, he has been attacked many times, but until now, this guy is still alive and kicking, as if he had never been attacked at all. Is this an iron body? Is the defense really that strong? Chester narrowed his eyes and stared fiercely at Bai Biao. Open your dog's eyes. I'm an envoy. You dare to be so disrespectful when you see this envoy, aren't you afraid of the punishment of the gods? Seeing that the surrounding king-level orcs are scattered, Bai Biao immediately raised his head and raised his chest, and was full of blood and resurrected. Ha ha. Go to hell. Despicable human race. It is impossible for the divine envoy to be involved in the battle of the plains. Do you think we are all fools? Tricky and cunning Terran. The moment you choose to kill Prince Herman, your fate is already doomed. Now your destination is death. Total death. Kill kill kill. The 4-star king-level orc Chester ran directly towards Bai Biao. Before, under the siege of more than a dozen king-level orcs, Bai Biao was still able to find an opportunity to escape, but at this moment, being stared at by Chester, Bai Biao only felt that he was completely watched. Every move is under the control of others. I see Ao, don't chase after me. Bai Biao's reaction was fairly quick, but in the eyes of Chester, the 4-star king level orc commander, his movements were too slow. Chester grabbed Bai Biao and slapped Bai Biao directly on the forehead. Boom. Oh, you are so light. Peng clap clap. Still knocking. I'm talking to you. I didn't hear it. Is it dumb or what? I don't feel any pain. Bai Biao hurt so much that tears flowed, but on the forehead, there was not a single wound. Weird and terrifying. I don't believe it anymore. Bring my sword. Hold him down for me. Bai Biao snorted, killing intent in his eyes. Can this be tolerated? They were all beaten up, okay. Bai Biao's face turned black when he saw the dazzling big knife slashing towards his dog's head. I'm so vicious. Can you still have fun? Click. Sonorous. There was a sound of metal collision, and the 4-star king level orc commander Chester could not help but twitch the corner of his mouth. He fell into deep self-doubt. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 506. Is this true? Why does everything in front of you feel so exaggerated? According to normal logic, it shouldn't be like this. Chester held the fine iron sword in his hand and slashed more than a dozen times on Bai Biao's neck. Still no response. It's like being chopped on a ball of hard meteorite. You, who are you? Chester narrowed his eyes and asked fiercely at the white fluttering hair. I said that I'm a divine envoy, you darn, it hurts your divine envoy grandpa. Bai Biao turned his head, his face full of resentment. This is so slashing. God. Humph. Do you think I'm a fool? The gods are not allowed to participate in the Battle of the Plains. You are not an envoy, you are a human race with special talents. Since you can't kill you, tie him up for me. Send 2 king-level orc commanders to personally watch over him. All the orcs left. Attack me. Chester had just fallen into a state of infinite doubt. I want to understand the mystery of Bai Biao's immortality. But with such an existence, it is naturally impossible for him to be distracted by one thing. He can't do anything about giving up an entire forest for a big tree. Compared with this relatively special human race, the outcome of this war is more important. After destroying these human races, he can go back. Continuing to stay here, he doesn't feel safe. He needs to go back before the plane tunnel closes. My CAO, don't attack. Kill me. Keep killing me. You coward, you can't even kill me. Mad, are orcs only capable of this? Come back, come back. Bai Biao stood there screaming. In fact, he still hoped to hold back the pace of these orcs' attack. It's just that no matter how he provokes, Chester ignores him. Hey, I've tried my best. Do your best, obey the destiny, I can't control it. Speaking of which, I can be considered worthy of your kid. Bai Biao pouted, thinking secretly in her heart. North Capital City, North Gate. The battle is still on. The army of orcs launched attacks from all directions, and the core attack point was the North Gate. The king-level orcs took off, and the ordinary orcs marched quickly. The city was shaken and crumbling. More than 40 king-level orcs rushed over, and the speed was getting faster and faster. Thousands of orc armies swarmed in from the 4 walls. The battle was completely pulled away. This battle was directed by Mikhail, the commander of the 1-star king level 4 Winged Angel Legion. He ordered the elites to mix among the ordinary soldiers, delaying time as much as possible. When the orcs rushed to the halfway, various traps displayed around the northern capital city were revealed, blocking a wave of the attack of the orc army. But that little trap was obviously insignificant, and more orcs rushed up. They were like locusts, densely packed, making people subconsciously want to retreat. Mikhail held the angel's long sword in his hand, his brows furrowed tightly. He guards the front line, and at the same time takes into account the command of the entire army. The situation is slowly opening. The battle is slowly opening. 1-star king level 4-winged angel army. 1-star king level barbarian army. Coming out to face the king level orc commander. Vega. Caitlin. Kyle. Jax. Aogwang. Biming. Join forces to attack the 4-star king level orc commander. Only harassment, not frontal attack. Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu. Chapter 507. 10-star Dragon and Lion Knight Legion. 10-star Judgment Unicorn Legion. 10-star Yellow Turban Law Warlock Legion. 10-star Gothic Super Sniper Legion. 10-star Responding Dragon Knight Legion obeys orders. Snipe 10-star Orcs. 1009-star Demonized Beasts. Mikhail's commanding talent is very strong, there is no doubt about that. But in such a battle situation, it is no longer a person's commanding talent that can be reversed. The strength is so different. If the difference is 1 or 2 times the combat power, it can still turn things around. But when the difference in combat power is 10 times, or even 100 times, no matter how wise commanders are, they can only sigh with admiration. All Mikhail did, was to stall for time. Puff. Puff puff. Jax and Kyle, who were harassing Chester, were hit hard by the 4-star king level orc commander. Boom. Bang bang bang. 1-star king level 4-winged war angels and 1-star king level barbarians continue to fall from the air. Under the absolute combat disadvantage, they can only choose to retreat. The war situation is getting worse. Are you the commander of the human race? I have to say that you commanded well, now please die. Chester saw Mikhail, he rushed towards Mikhail. Mikhail's face instantly turned ugly. In the face of the attack of a 4-star king level orc commander, he shouldn't take it seriously. It's just that his attention doesn't seem to have much value and significance. He is only a 1-star king level combat power, while his opponent Chester is a 4-star king level. Not even 1.5 stars. Angel Heart. Mikhail directly used his ultimate move, trying to block Chester's attack. Boom. Puff. Cough, cough. One move was hit hard, and Chester's attack came again. There was a look of despair on Michael's face. It's a pity, I promised you the protection period, but I can't fulfill the contract. Mikhail sighed lightly. For the most committed angel race, this is a pity. Holy Asylum. Boom. A pure white shield suddenly appeared, blocking Chester's killer move. Run away. Kyle yelled anxiously, she just cast Divine Asylum, otherwise Mikhail might be killed in one hit. Bastard. I can't escape. You can't escape. The 4-star king level orc commander Chester looked a little ugly, and then he continued to chase and kill Mikhail. According to the current situation, there is no corresponding combat power to compete with it. Not to mention the 4-star king level. Even if it is a 3-star king class, there is no such thing. Huh? I advanced. 2-star king level. The hero Kyle, who was originally in a weak state, suddenly twinkled brightly. It's the Lord, the Lord succeeded. Hey, my weakness is also completely lifted. Kyle looked happy, and the corners of his mouth subconsciously began to rise. No. No. Not a 2-star king. It's a 3-star king. Caitlin, who was holding a sniper rifle, suddenly turned red. Hey, we unlocked 2 levels of combat power at the same time, which means that the Lord has also been promoted to 2 levels. This is a bit scary. Long live the Lord. The Lord has never appeared, it turned out to be an upgrade. Hi, the Lord should appear soon. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 508. At this time, 5 hours have passed since Fang Fan used the 1-star King level Beast Soul card and the Deep Sea Overlord Bloodline card. A full 5 hours. Galen's scalp was already tingling outside. He listened to the little mistress's voice from excitement to numbness to hoarseness. The Lord is too strong. Simply not human. This arrogant coax, it makes people want to shy away subconsciously. Hoo. Kylan, wake up, how are you? Fang Fan quickly took out a few healing cards and put them on Kylan. When the drug attacked just now, he couldn't control himself. You are also savage. But I like it. Kylan hugged Fang Fan tightly with a happy look on her face. Fang Fan is the only one who can make a female god of war say the word savage. Fang Fan raised his head, the corners of his mouth slightly raised. Although that, I'm a little tired, but the results are not bad. Promoted directly from an 8-star Awakener to a 10-star Awakener. Galen and the others should also have unlocked the 3-star King level combat power. Well, I've been inside for too long, and I don't know how the battle is going outside. Fang Fan groped for his clothes and began to put them on. I've also been promoted to a 10-star Awakened. Honey. This is amazing too. In the future, you will call me a few more times in the future. I'm not afraid of being tired, not afraid of pain. Kaylin felt the changes in her body, and the smiles on her face suddenly became more and more, and her hands shook unnaturally. Fang Fan glanced at it and patted Kylan's royal sister's head secretly. The heroes who suddenly unlocked their combat power to the 3-star King level, together, they were barely able to support the attack of the 4-star King level Orc Commander Chester. But this is only temporary. As time passed, they became more and more exhausted. Although the difference between the 4-star King level and the 3-star King level is only 1 level, it is absolutely easy to beat 10. Although I don't know why you all suddenly became stronger, the final result is the same. You all have to die. There will be no surprises. Now, let me end you. Chester sneered at the corner of his mouth and rushed over quickly. Is it? My people, you can also move if you want. Fang Fan gave an order, and the ruling Unicorn King rushed over. Fang Fan put his arms around Kylan and sat on the ruling Unicorn King, and rushed over in time. Lord! Lord! Lord, you are finally out. Lord Fang Fan. It's the king. The king is here. Hey, we are saved. Long live King Fang Fan. Fang Fan's arrival was a boost to the human race in the struggle. Fang Fan is the symbol of invincibility and the spokesperson of victory. 10-star level? Weak human race, relying on you, also want to stop me. Hee, it's just beyond my own power. Seeing that Fang Fan's appearance caused such a big stir, Chester couldn't help but become serious. But after seeing that Fang Fan was nothing more than a 10-star Awakened, the serious look on his face instantly vanished. To put it badly, at this level, he can kill several people with a single slap. Even if there were more of this, how could it be? It's all just cannon fodder. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 509. He is the first commander of the dignified Tux Orc Kingdom. Is it possible that he is still afraid of a human in the 10-star realm? Ridiculous. From Chester's point of view, Fang Fan was nothing more than a moth to the flames, killing himself. Just rely on me, I can completely smash you today. Fang Fan's eyes were filled with murderous intent. Looking at the corpses all over the floor, he couldn't help but fall into a brief silence. During the time he was upgrading just now, these people were using their lives to buy time for him. And now he's back. Naturally, they want to kill these invading stations and protect their own people. He took the risk of using a 1-star king level beast soul card and a deep sea overlord bloodline card. The two cards were fused and mutated with each other, although there are many dangers, but now his realm has been raised to 10 stars. The 5 heroes under his command have also unlocked their combat power to the 3-star king level. This is where his confidence lies. Golan. Use a potential burst card. This kind of potential explosion card was used 7 times in the deep sea before, and now Fang Fan has few cards. Potential explosive card can improve the combat power of 1 level below the 5-star king level. The original 3-star king level Garen has now been promoted to the 4-star level. This is quality improvement. Fang Fan narrowed his eyes and directly ordered Galen to rush up. Originally, it was a 3-star king level battle against a 4-star king level, so it was somewhat underpowered. But now it's the 4-star king level Garen versus the 4-star king class orc commander Chester. Vaguely, Garen has the upper hand. The potential burst card is only valid for 10 minutes. You need to kill this 4-star king level orc commander in 10 minutes. Fang Fan silently took out a king level orc imprisonment card. Although there are some suspicions of extravagance and waste, but at this moment, I can't care about these. All heroes are ready to attack with full force. Fang Fan shouted loudly, the killing intent in his eyes seemed to condense into reality. Whether it can change the situation in one fell swoop, right now. Use the king level orc imprisonment card. Fang Fan threw the card in his hand, and used it directly on the orc commander Chester. Chester is stunned. What's the situation? What happened? How can you get caught up in labor? Why can't I move? Let me go. Chester, who was fighting, changed his face. He realized that something was wrong. The king level orc imprisonment card can imprison orcs below the 5-star king level for 3 seconds. This is powerful capital. An open life, set sail now. Cut. The moment he threw the card, Fang Fan roared. Demachian justice. Let the bullets fly. Energy burst. Rage of justice. The power of the master. The 5 heroes all used their ace skills. Especially at this moment, after Garen used the potential burst card, he temporarily had a 4-star king level combat power. After a full blow, he basically killed the 4-star king level orc commander in front of him. Then the other heroes made another move, and after the 3-second captivity time passed, Chester was too dead to die. The situation suddenly turned upside down. My lord, the commander-in-chief of the enemy army has been killed. Galen came over with Chester's head, his face full of excitement. Fang Fan took a few deep breaths and nodded secretly. Chester, Commander Chester was killed. In the orc army, such a voice came. Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 510. What? How is it possible? Commander Chester is unparalleled. How could he be killed? Don't spread rumors. No. It's not me spreading rumors. Yes, it's true, he really died. Are we going to withdraw? Withdraw? Where to withdraw? Just go back like this, the Beastmaster will definitely kill us. The coach is dead, we should avenge Lord Chester. There are many of us, they may not be able to beat us. Go, go, kill them. After experiencing a period of fear, the orcs turned to calm down and stood on their side. At this time, they should be completely calm. Escape is death, attack may be alive. The rules of the orc kingdom are actually more stringent. Facing the boundless wave of the orc army, Fang Fan couldn't help showing a sneer at the corner of his mouth. It's ridiculous. At this time, dare to be rampant? When the original 4-star king level orc commander was still there, Fang Fan might still be tied up, and some couldn't let go. But now, the threat has been completely removed. The current situation has become clearer. The rhythm of the war is already under the control of the human race. Galen. Strangle those 3-star king level orc leaders. Vega, Jax, you are responsible for attacking the dozen orcs of 2-star king level orcs. Kyle, Caitlin, the remaining more than 21-star king level orcs are handed over to you. The 1-star 4-winged War Angel Legion and the 1-star Barbarian Legion have withdrawn for arrest. Little Golden Dragon Ao Guang. Kunpeng Baiming. Responsible for guarding the city. One after another military orders were issued, and the turbulent battle began again, and the breath of death had a depressing pain. Nearly 50 king-level orcs may be powerful in scale, but it is a pity, there is no 4-star king-level combat power like that orc commander. So their fate has been doomed. In the sky, the corpses of king-level orcs kept falling. This battle was bathing with blood. Bathed in boundless blood, people feel a kind of empty inspiration in their hearts. Fang Fan killed a 9-star orc casually, and the army was defeated like a mountain, and the orcs were defeated. The defeat is set. They simply cannot be reversed. All they can go is to lie there humbly, accepting the sanction of fate. My lord, most of the king-level orcs were beheaded, and a few escaped. Kyle and Caitlin went after them. Garen came over with a weak face, the battle was won, he was empty. He fell into the state after the 10-minute period of the potential burst card had passed. Well, I see. Dispatch king-level combat power and start counter-attacking. Millions of orcs. I want them all buried here. The killing intent gradually revealed in Fang Fan's eyes, and he clasped his hands together subconsciously. The big counterattack of Hao Hao Tang Tang has begun. No one would have thought that the tens of thousands of orcs who were once vast and powerful are now collapsing like a landslide. Fang Fan's power makes everyone subconsciously feel frightened. World Babble Dialogue Box. Huajing has Fang Fan's patron saint, the luck of Huajing. Earth Star has Fang Fan, the luck of the Earth Star. Victory. Our human race has won.